Hello, everybody.
Okay, so the next cause we have is cause number VH250026, which is Johnny Ashburn versus Summit Towing and Washington State Patrol. So do you want to, are you Mr. Ash, is it Ashburn? Asburn? Want to come forward, please? Raise your right hand. You swear or affirm any testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you can have a seat in that chair there. Okay, so can you tell me what brings you here today?
Oh, yeah, my car was impounded, I think improperly. It wasn't necessary to be done, you know.
Right, where were you parked?
Well, my wife and I just got a divorce here a few months back. And I'm supposed to furnish her with a car. I bought a car and she doesn't drive. She hasn't got a license right now, so I've been using the car to drive her here and there. So she had to go to her mother's in Graham, which I did. I took her over there. My son's there also, see my son and whatever. On the way back, I wanted to stop off at Safeway, do a little shopping, and I did. And prior to that, we picked up one of our friends. I don't know who he is, but he was with us, and I went shopping, and I was almost out of gas. So they volunteered to go around the corner, put some gas in the car, and they'll come back, pick me up. That was fine. So I did my shopping and nobody showed up. I was outside waiting and nothing happened. So I knew where they went. So they went to an AM station. So I went and started walking. I got to the AM station and his wife was out there all hysterical and all crying and all this. The car had been impounded. And I asked what the circumstances was. They said all they doing was pumping gas. And she was supposedly went inside to get permission to have the car parked out there until I come and get it. Well, when I got there, the car had been impounded. And this guy, whoever he was arrested for driving. And she said she wasn't even driving. They were at the gas station parked, you know, and he was arrested. I guess he had some kind of warrants out on him or something like that. So anyway, the wife agreed to come with me to verify all this, but today when I went to pick her up, she wouldn't come. So here I am by myself and all I got's my word of what happened, you know. And I had to, and she had all her clothes, her sleeping stuff in there because she was living out of the car. Basically, she was at my place sleeping on the car. And because she hasn't got this car into her name yet. And we haven't done that yet. She doesn't have a license, but she can have it put into her name. So that's what happened. And when I went to the impound place, Summit, they said it was be $671 or $571 to get it out. So I'm on a fixed income myself. So I had to go borrow money from a friend, $400, and then another friend for the other $200 to go get the car out. So that's what I did. And I was told by some other people that if she was living out of the car, that they couldn't impound it. So I don't know. So here I am.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So you're saying that somebody took this car to get gas, but how long was it at this location?
Pardon me?
How long had it been at this location?
I don't know. I just got it Safeway and I did some shopping. When I came out, I expected them to be there waiting for me. They wasn't there. So I waited. And when they didn't show up, I started walking because the gas station is just around the corner. And that's when I found out the car was impounded. And the station guy there said it was okay to leave the car parked there, you know, until I got there. And when I got there, the car wasn't there. This is what the wife had told me, the ex-wife.
Okay, and I'm going to ask one more time. So approximately how long was the car there? I mean, was it
at the gas station?
Yeah.
Probably about probably 30 minutes or so.
Less than 4 hours?
Less than 4 hours, yes. And that's all I know, and that's the truth, you know, as far as I see it anyway. If the wife told me everything was true, she said they wasn't driving it, and I don't know if that's the truth or a lie right there in itself. I have no idea, you know. But she doesn't lie. She usually tells me the truth.
So, but we're not going by what your wife told you. You
Huh?
said that they dropped you off at the Safeway.
Well, I dropped myself off at Safeway, then they were gonna go get some gas. They'd come back and be right there. They wasn't out there when I came out.
And you said it was about a half an hour?
About that, yeah.
Okay, all right. So I have Summit Towing and State Patrol here.
Mhm.
So do you guys want to come forward one at a time? Here,
I can go first, Your Honor. I was
Okay.
the one responsible for.
all right, come on, come forward. Raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay, and what's your name, officer?
My name is Trooper Andre Bonilla.
Okay.
I have a copy of the report, as well as some other information, just so the court's aware that I will reference. So I'll kind of just give a eye view of what happened. My partner, Trooper Jordan Jacobs, is the one who pulled over the vehicle in question. I believe it was a black Corolla.
Mhm.
The reason that Trooper Jacobs pulled over the car is the driver was not wearing a seatbelt. Ultimately, the car pulled over to the ARCO AMPM that is off of Sleater, Kinney, and Martin Way.
Yeah.
I showed up after my partner was well into the investigation, but ultimately that gentleman who was driving the car, and I believe according to the report, is a man with the last name Austenberg, Edward Paul Austenberg, 7/2/1971 is his date of birth. He was arrested for driving under the influence, for driving on a suspended license in the 3rd degree, as well as a protection order violation that would turn out to be a felony. My partner placed him in handcuffs. Mr. Austenberg started experiencing some kind of medical emergency we called fire and aid. And so that's where my assistance really came, because my partner's hands were tied with dealing with the defendant in this case. There was 3 people in the vehicle at the time of my partner's contact, and also when I was there. Mr. Austenberg, the driver, and then 2 females. According to my partner's report, I did also help identify 2 other occupants in the vehicle. I'm trying to find their names. Should have highlighted, apologize, Your Honor. The rear passenger in the right was Amber Osborne, and the front passenger, I'm having a hard time finding her, but was in no relation to any of them as far as we knew. Talking to my partner, at the time that my partner contacted the vehicle, he was parked in an island to fill up fuel. And after that, we had arrested, or my partner arrested Mr. Austenberg. It was in rush hour at a time where business would have been very busy for the ARCO gas station. There's a lot of traffic. And given the nature of the arrest, my partner was going to, he was seeking to potentially apply for a search warrant on the vehicle. And so we just had one of the occupants move the vehicle to one of the parking stalls on the, it would have been the west end of the parking lot, kind of bordering Hobby Lobby. My partner continued to question some of the occupants. They showed something of the vehicle, which it basically took away our probable cause to want to search the vehicle. So then we started trying to figure out a reasonable alternative for the vehicle. My partner had specifically asked Mr. Austenberg, is there someone who could come and pick up the vehicle? Mr. Austenberg said no, was groaning in pain. He was taken by ambulance. The other 2 occupants, I had no idea who they were, obviously, and we realized that no one in the vehicle had licenses, active licenses to actually legally drive the vehicle away. My partner ended up going inside ARCO and talking to the attendant and just letting him know what was going on. Hey, I know we're kind of in your business. We're trying to get out of here as soon as possible. We're gonna, because we can't find anyone to pick up this vehicle, we're providing no contact information, no information about the driver. We are working on impounding this vehicle. And I would just like to note that there is a impound sign for unauthorized vehicles at the business house there, that I took this picture at a later date. While I was working on the impound form, I ran the driver's plate because it's customary to get the registered owner's information on that towing impound form. It was then that I realized that Miss Osborne had the same last name as the registered owner, and I thought, oh, there's going to be some kind of relation here. I don't know what kind of relation is, but it would only be reasonable to think that there would be a relationship. So I immediately tried to find Miss Osborne. My partner asked, we specifically asked, is there anyone living in the vehicle? Just, Your Honor, the issues that come with impounding a vehicle when someone's living it. No one admitted to living in the vehicle. And Miss Osborne said nothing about the registered owner. Nothing that she was related, that she could get into contact with them. We just asked them. We've asked them a series of questions. I don't remember the specifics, but at no point did she say that she had relation to the registered owner, because then we could have explored some options with that. She walked away. I tried to look for her. She was just completely gone. I have no idea where she went to. That's where the decision was made, just to keep the impound coming. We ended up impounding the car. Summit Towing arrived. Tow and impound form was completed with the driver, as Mr. Ossenberg noted, and after that I cleared the scene. I have the catalog, Your Honor. My partner started his contact at the ARCO at 1741 hours. I was the last one on scene, and according to the catalog, I cleared out at 1838 hours. So the total contact would have been just under an hour, Your Honor, that the vehicle was there. That's kind of a ballpark of what happened. If there's any other questions that you have.
Yeah, let me, can I see the?
Absolutely.
That's what you brought with you. And just to confirm that Ms. Osborne did not notify you that she was living in the vehicle.
No, my partner specifically asked if anyone was living in the vehicle, and I believe both occupants have stated no, they did not.
And was there evidence of someone living in the vehicle?
Well, the reason why we asked is the vehicle was quite full with a bunch of stuff. As a matter of fact, the only seats that were available was the driver's seat, the front passenger seat. The rear passenger seat was pretty packed with things, but Mrs. Osborne was able to sit in there, which is why it prompted us to have the question of, does anyone live in the vehicle?
And then was there a registration on the vehicle, inside the vehicle that?
My partner never provided it to me. That's not to say that he didn't have it at one point. I can't answer that question.
Because so my concern is that this vehicle was there for less than an hour, and the registered owner, it doesn't sound like anyone made an attempt to contact the registered owner.
We did our best with the information that we had at the time, and like I said, Your Honor, as soon as I found out that there was some kind of relation to the rear passenger and the registered owner, which I will also note on the registration that we get back on the Department of Licensing, showed that the vehicle was registered in Hoodsport, Washington, which is quite a ways away from Thurston County. But on scene, we truly did everything that we could to try, as we always do in any case when we need to impound the vehicle, to figure out as best as possible with how to get a hold of the registered owner. And had we known that he was just maybe a block away or very reasonably close, as we know, I would be hard pressed if we would have impounded that vehicle. But just Miss Osborne, for whatever reason, I'm not blaming her. She just didn't mention that he was close by, a phone number, anything. She never stated that she was directly related to the register.
Thank you. Did you want to give any testimony on behalf of Summit Towing?
I can tell you how much she paid to get the vehicle out. It's really, we're on a rotational call with State Patrol. They called us out to tow a vehicle. We picked it up and the owner picked it up the next day.
Okay, Mr. Osborne, you've heard the testimony that was provided by the officer.
Sounds pretty accurate,
Okay.
pretty close.
Okay, the concern I have with the request that you're making today is that your wife or your
Ex-wife,
did not tell the officers that she was living in the vehicle. and after being specifically asked, nor did she give them any information about you so they could contact you to come get the vehicle.
Ex-wife's revenge.
Right, and so that's a concern I have with granting your request that this be an improper impound
Can I
because,
say one thing first? The
absolutely,
front seat, the back seat was out, actually, in the front seat, where she could sleep in the driver's side all the way back.
which I understand is probably why they prompted the question as to whether or not anyone was living in the vehicle.
Yeah, she
And
lives
she
in it.
denied that.
She don't live in it now. I got it now. She
Right.
lives with a friend somewhere.
And so, I mean, the officers have to do what their job on the scene and doing their best to prevent, a vehicle from being abandoned on this property.
I can't tell you why. I can't understand why she didn't tell you that. I was just around the corner.
Right, and so I'm gonna have to deny your request here, just based upon the information that I have, and find that the impound was proper.
I have to pay that money back to the people I borrowed from. I'm not gonna have money to pay my rent this month without it, so I guess I'm gonna be out homeless myself.
I don't know what to tell you, because I mean, this is one where, I mean, if your wife had come and said something, or ex-wife had come and said something different, but she
She was
denied.
supposed to come in with me, but she didn't. She refused to come and went at the last moment there.
And if she's going to say that she told the officers that she wasn't living in the vehicle and did not provide them with any information on how to contact you, then the officers have to do their best to make sure that the.
I can give you phone numbers of people that'll verify that she is living out of the vehicle.
But that, it doesn't help us now after the
Oh,
fact.
yeah.
So I'm going to find that this was a proper impound.
Okay, all right, well, all I can do is just give you my word and tell you, that's all I got, my word, you know.
You have the amounts from Summit Tone.
Yes. The total amount paid was $571.51.
Well, that's one of the reasons I gave her a divorce. She's not very true to her word. Not very honest.
All right, thank you for your time today.
Thank you, Yana.
We'll have you back in.
Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.